I'm going to bet it. I am definitively going to bet the Texans on the money line tonight. So I'm putting it in the picks. Next.
Next you got Cincinnati -7 versus the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know Cincinnati has been really shaky lately. The Raiders are a terrible team. They're a terrible team. And the Chiefs didn't play that well this past week. They did whatever they wanted. They were up 14 late in this game. Cincinnati has to win. They're at home. The Raiders are not going to be able to slow down Burrow and Chase. And the Bengals defense, as bad as it is, I just don't think the Raiders offense scares you. And
Crosby against that
Burrow
line?
is that. Listen, that is. Here's the thing about the Bengals line, though. They kind of have the opposite offensive line of the Chiefs. The Chiefs have, some question marks at tackle, but are amazing guard, center, guard. The Bengals tackles are fine, but are brutal guard, center, guard. Crosby's going to be on the edge. Yeah. And so, the Chris Jones be a real problem for Cincinnati because he's right in front, he's right in the middle. Crosby, you just have to chip block or double team Crosby every snap. No one else in the Raiders is going to hurt you. Burrow is 17-7 against the spread after a straight up loss. I like Cincinnati. Next.
You got Jacksonville +7.5 at Philly.
Yeah, so listen, Philly's played really well lately. I think they're due for a bit of a slight regression. Again, I give Philly credit. They've pulled their season off the brink. But 7.5 is a lot of points when Jacksonville is an excellent passing attack. It's not just Trevor. They're just that Jacksonville, now they're dealing with some injuries. I understand that. But Jacksonville can move the ball. And Philly's defense is, to me, not as good as it's looked the last couple of weeks. Backdoor cover wide open. And I think Philly is not going to be quite as sharp. This just feels to me like 27-20 Philadelphia. This feels like 28-24 Philadelphia. The 7.5 to me is too many points for an Eagles team that I don't fully 100% trust. I don't love Jacksonville trading away the left tackle before the game. I'll tell you that much. But 7.5 for a game that I wouldn't be shocked if Jacksonville won outright and Philly, after 3 straight wins, stumbles a bit. But I'm not picking them to win outright. I am picking them to not be getting blown out. And as long as you're within 13, 14 points the whole game, this backdoor cover will be wide open. I think they're going to be within 6 or 7 throughout the game. So for all those reasons, I'll take Jacksonville plus the 7.5. And by the way, Jalen Hurts is a favorite over 7 points. 3-8-1 against the spread. All right, next.
Chicago +1.5 at the Cardinals.
So here's an insane stat. The Cardinals have won back-to-back games. That is the first time they won back-to-back games since 2021. I'm going to say that again. Not 3 in a row, not 4 in a row. The Cardinals had not won consecutive games since 2021. Now we're talking about them winning 3 games in a row. Meanwhile, Chicago is coming off a horrifying loss that they have to make sure doesn't submarine their season. And Caleb has to have a big bounce back game. Because even though Caleb was good those final drives, he was brutal for 3.5 quarters. The Cardinals defense is a perfect get-right spot for Caleb. I think the Bears win this game outright. I don't think that the Cardinals defense is going to be able to handle the Bears' vertical passing attack or their rushing attack with Roschon Johnson and DeAndre Swift. And I do think the Bears defense will be able to slow down Kyler and Marvin Harrison and company. And so for all those reasons, I like Chicago plus 1.5. Last one, DeMonte, and this is my favorite one.
You've got the Rams -1.5 at Seattle.
Yeah, I think the Rams are good. The Rams, when they're healthy, I think are really good. Seattle, I think, is defensively really, really has some issues right now. I like Mike McDonald, their new head coach, from a defensive standpoint. I don't know right now if it's more scheme or personnel or a combination of the two, but the Rams also understand they win this game. They control this division. They've already beaten the Niners. They'll even their record to 4-4 despite all the injuries. They knock Seattle back. Another tough moment for Seattle. I think the Rams go there and win 30-27, something like that. A high-scoring affair. Seattle moves the ball on the Rams' defense. But if I think the Rams are going to win, I'm not laying a field goal. This one is my favorite pick of the week. If I still did locks, this would be it, even though it's a road divisional favorite. And I know that kind of goes against it. Plus, and I know Stafford historically is not good. In fact, he's the worst against the spread quarterback on extended rest of any quarterbacks in the last 5 years. I don't really care about that. I actually love that the Rams are on extended rest here. That they played on Thursday, got a great win, and now they come back the following Sunday. I like the Rams laying 1.5. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.